Humans have a double circulatory system. Well, what does this mean? And you may be asked this in the exam. The heart's a double pump or double circulatory system. And how does this work? Well, deoxygenated blood that is low in oxygen, enters the heart, returns from the body through the vena cava into the right atrium and then into the right ventricle, where it is pumped a short distance through the pulmonary artery to the lungs. Here, it picks up oxygen by diffusion and becomes oxygenated blood high in oxygen. It enters through the pulmonary vein into the left atrium and is then squeezed into the left ventricle, which contracts with a powerful muscular contraction from the thick wall, and the blood goes through the aorta back down behind the heart to the body to deliver oxygen. So humans have a double circulatory system. The ventricle pumps deoxygenated blood to the lungs, at the same time the left ventricle pumps oxygenated blood to the body. Okay, guys, you need to be able to compare the structure of the human heart to that of other animals. And you got to know the structure of the human heart off by heart. Haha, but not for the other animals. Well, the human heart has four chambers. Two on the right side, coloured here in blue, number 1 and 2. They carry deoxygenated blood. Number 3 and 4, oxygenated blood. So there's four chambers in the human heart, separated by a wall called the septum. You don't need to know the name of that. Let's look at another animal. Well, what's the difference with a fish's heart? Well, a fish only has two chambers. Let's look at another animal. You've got to be able to spot the differences. Here's a reptile. Its heart looks similar to ours, four chambers, but in the middle, the septum or the wall is not separating the oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. So make sure you can think on your feet. Let's get to the marks. Okay, so we're going to look at the pacemaker, which is part of the AQA Biology specification or combined science. So, what makes your heart beat in a nice rhythm? Well, that's the pacemaker, and the pacemaker is found in the wall of the right atrium. It's a group of cells that generate an electrical impulse that keeps the heart beating in rhythm. Sometimes the pacemaker goes wrong and the heart starts to beat out of rhythm. In this situation, this can be very dangerous. And so we need to have an artificial pacemaker fitted, which has a little battery and is connected by wires to the heart muscle. It produces an electric current and will keep your heart beating regularly. Okay, let's go through some exam questions on the heart. So the heart is often described as a double pump. Describe why. So why is it a double pump or double circulatory system? Well, the answer is that it pumps blood to the lungs, and the left side pumps oxygenated blood to the body. Now, whereabouts in the heart is the pacemaker cells found? Well, you learnt this from the video. They're in the right atrium. Okay, next question. Why is the human heart referred to as a dual circulatory system? That's the same as saying double. Well, same answer. Right side pumps blood to the lungs, left side pumps oxygenated blood to the body. Diagram shows the human heart. Which letter represents the pulmonary vein? Well, that'll be D. Pacemaker cells. They control the heart. We just did this. Where in the heart are the pacemaker cells located? That's the right atrium. What type of signal is sent from the pacemaker cells to the heart muscle? It sends an electrical impulse. Okay, finally, use the words from the box to label structures A and B on the diagram. They're two of the chambers of the heart, and the top one is the atrium, and the bottom one the ventricle. And the way I remember this, the atria, which are the two top ones, look like a lowercase a, and the ventricles on the left and right look like a V for ventricle. Let's get to the marks.